Well, hello, hello, my friends. Welcome to Image Lives. When you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right. You're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. Hello, this is Brother Charles with Image Lives. But this program is about you. It's not about anybody else but you. Why? Because you are somebody. That's right. You are somebody. Before we get into our topic for discussion today, let me say this. If today is the day that you came upon the planet, let me say this to you. Happy birthday to you. That's right. Happy birthday, my friend. Why? Because you are somebody. God didn't make any junk. God didn't make any junk. You are somebody. Again, happy birthday to you. If this is the day that you came upon the planet, again, happy birthday to you. This program, my friend, is about you. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. We believe on this program that when you get better, things in your life will get better. That's right. We believe that nothing is outside is going to make you better but you. When you get better, your life gets better. When you get better, things around you get better. Your family gets better. The place where you work at gets better. Your friends get better. When you get better, it's all about you getting better. A better you makes a better society. A better you makes a better world. So here again, welcome to Henry Slice. On this particular program, we have topics of discussion, and we have another fantastic topic of discussion. We like to build our discussion on biblical principles. That's right. We like to build our discussion on biblical principles. And so today is no different. We have another fantastic topic for you. Today our topic is the good life. That's right, the good life. And the scripture that we're going to be using comes out of the Gospel of John, John 10:10, where he says, the thief comes but to steal and to kill and to destroy. But I've come that they might have life and have it more abundantly. He's talking about the good life. Jesus is speaking here. That's very interesting. The good life. What is the good life? What does the good life consist of? Are you living the good life? That's a question that only you can ask. Most individuals right now in the process of saying, well, hey, I'm not too happy right now with my life. Things could be better. You understand? Here again, we say nothing's going to get better for you until what? You get better. The good life. What does the good life consist of? Well, there are illusions out there in reference to the good life, but these are not the real thing. And illusion is something that appears to be real, but it's not real. So let's look at some of the illusions in the world that people say, oh, I'm happy, but I'm really not happy. Deep down in a quiet conversation, I'm not really happy. Yes, well, I'm going to be successful. I'm a successful person. I am happy. Yes, I am. I'm very happy. I got over $3 or $4 million in there, so I'm doing pretty good. I ain't doing too bad. And yet, I've had 3 divorces. I've had 4 divorces, maybe 5. And my children don't speak to me. But I'm happy. I'm happy. On the contrary, no, something like that eats at your soul, my friend. So let's look at what is it that causes the good life, the illusions that come about saying that. Go out and get possessions and you'll be happy. Get these Lamborghinis and all the cars and the big mansion and everything. Go and possess, go get that, and you'll be happy. But I guess I got all them still not happy. Why? Why? Because happiness is not tied up in possessions. Very interesting, isn't it? Jesus says, I've come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. What is he dealing with here? Of course, we have to understand abundantly. I mean, there's more of it. So are you living? There are some individuals that go to work, come back home, instead of get on the couch and look at television and go to sleep and get up and go to work again. And that's what all their life consists of. So they're not really happy. Well, I'm happy with it. No, you're not. You have bad health and everything else. So are you really happy? Not true. See, you gotta really get still and ask yourself this question: am I happy? Am I happy with who I am? It's very interesting because individuals that are caught up in this rat race have not understood what it means to be happy. Yes, go and get the possessions, but happiness is not tied up with possessions. That's very interesting, isn't it? As the scripture says, what would it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? That's very interesting, isn't it? What would it profit you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? So there's a part of understanding, in essence, what the good life consists of. It consists of knowing who you are. The great philosopher Socrates put a great deal of emphasis. He said, know thyself. Do you know who you are? Do you really know who you are? Have you really spent time with yourself to understand, in essence, who you are? See, you're not some wretch. You're not some bad person. There are some things about you that are very interesting, but you don't know about that. It would be amazing if you can meet yourself 200 or 300 years ago, later, a couple of lifetimes later, and say, wow, I didn't know I had all that going. I really didn't take the time to really discover who I am. See, you're not a bad person, but see, you bought into that lie saying that you're bad. And it's very interesting that you and I should understand who we are. We're not bad people, but understand this is how you've been conditioned to think. Case in point, if your happiness is based upon possessions, then when the possessions are gone, then you're no longer happy. So it's not tied into possessing anything. Your happiness is tied into knowing who you are. Inner knowing, understanding in essence who you are. In the still small voice, there's leading and guidance as to who you really are. See, but we have to take time out to be still. Be still and know who you are. The scripture says, be still and know that I am God. Quietness and quiet time. And understanding who you are. See, you're not some terrible person. I hear people saying this all the time. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. And that's not true. You are somebody. But do you know who you are? You have a lot of good things going on, but you haven't discovered those things yet. Why? Because you didn't take the time to see who you are. See, so it's very interesting that we've been, shall we say, hoodwinked into buying into illusions or possessions and things. No, I'm not talking about possessions that they are evil or bad. Possessions neither good nor bad. They're just as they are. They're just things. They can't bring happiness to you. You can get it for a minute. You get your new car, and after novelty wears off the thing, it's just another car. See, novelty is something else. Once it's new, yeah, it's great. I'm glad I got this new car. I'm glad I got these new clothes. And after a while, the novelty wears off. It's just another thing. See, so you and I are going to have to understand what does it mean to be happy? The new life, the new life. See, the good life. What does the good life consist? It consists of being generous, being kind, being patient. See, the good life is not a life of possession, it's a life of giving. See, when you give your time, when you come into helping other individuals, you enter into an area of fulfillment. Fulfillment is only obtained through doing something for someone else, and it fulfills you. Or you find a hobby or something that you really love to do, and you're fulfilled in that. See, once you understand how important it is to be fulfilled, then just possessing things is irrelevant to you. Now, you and I have known of individuals that have had all kind of money, professional entertainers, athletes, people that had a lot of money, and yet they were not happy. So therefore, we can conclude that happiness is not tied in with possessions. See, but if you tie that in, then you have been caught up, shall we say, into an illusion of what's real. And it's not real, it's just an illusion. It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. See, happiness is tied up in knowing who you are. Know thyself. The great philosophers puts emphasis on this. It says, know thyself. Do you really know who you are? Most people go to life and have a clue as to who they are. They don't have a clue there. Well, I'm a professional teacher. I'm a professional athlete. That's not who you are. That's what you do. But what you do is not who you are. See, it's very interesting, isn't it? Understand in essence who you are. You are somebody, see. But until you understand that, you're not going to really know who you are. See, because your happiness is tied in what someone else is thinking about you. See, if you are basing your happiness on what someone else thinks about you, then you are going to go down the drain, because when they stop thinking good about you and they start saying bad things about you, then your happiness is pretty tied in with that. So now you don't feel good about yourself because it's based on what someone else says about you. But the good life comes from the fact that knowing who you are, to thine own self be true. We have the ability to say, I'm going to stand up for my integrity. I'm not going to follow anybody that tells me to do wrong or contrary to my core beliefs. And my core beliefs are based upon the fact that I treat all human beings with dignity and respect and honor, that I'm not going to stray away from that. I don't care what political party it is, what evangelist tells me, or what professional teacher, whatever anybody tells me to dislike this particular person or those people or this nationality because they say that they're wrong. But that's not my core belief. So I'm not going to stray away from my core belief, because I know in whom I believe and I know who I am. See, you have to know what your beliefs are. You have to know who you are. And therefore, you won't be unhappy by doing what someone else saying you ought to do. You will be true to yourself. To thine own self be true. Okay? And then your integrity is going to come forward. It's going to shine forth as a bright light, because people will understand, in essence, who you are. See, you know who you are. You haven't got caught up into the illusions of the world that says that all the possessions and all the fine lifestyle and all this is well and good, and yet they're not happy. So you know what it is to be happy just by being generous, just by being kind. And you can lay down at night and say, I haven't done anyone wrong. I've treated everyone with kindness and nobility, and I've also been kind to myself. This is beautiful, my friend. Until next time, my friend. May the good Lord bless you. May love, joy, peace, and happiness forever be in your life as we walk upon this good earth. And you remember, my friend, you have the good life that you can live, and no one can live it for you but you. Until next time, you be blessed. And give us a thumbs up on this if you like this. Thank you very much.